Welcome to a showcase of the Middle Path Mermonkey, where today we're going to take a deep look at sharper prongs from the Tier 1 all the way to Popseidon at the Tier 5. Just from the splash art and price alone, you can tell it's going to be a good one. So just a quick rundown, 1-2 minute rundown on how the Terra works in the first place. Well, for one, Tier 2 allows you to freeze Bloons. Tier 3 is where things get interesting in that the Trident throws a unique T-shaped attack that also grows in power as Bloons travel. Or rather, I should say Trident. Now, if you just take a look here, you can see it grows in power, but it still seems to do the same damage, despite being far away. But of course, the main kicker is when it explodes into the T-shape. You see, it can snipe a bunch of Bloons that way. Tier 4 is where it pops let Bloons and grows in power faster, aka the Trident reaches max power, or rather max size, at a certain point. And as you can see more clearly here, with the T-shaped explosion, we now turn those backside cerams into greens, whereas the front one was, well, still ceram layer. The ability is targetable, and it's basically just a barrage of ice pellets that lasts for a short time. Probably better on maps with obstacles. Like Ultra Juggernaut, did you also know that the Mermonkey gains extra frozen damage? Take a look, 6 damage while it's not frozen. But you see, now that if I have a Cryo Cannon to freeze it, it will now do 9. So it's basically +3 from what I can see from all levels of lit. And Poseidon we'll see in-game. And for that game, I've already ran a few runs of the new map, Luminous Cove. Done all the hard mode unlocks all the way up to CHIMPS mode, because I want to get Black Boulder right here, right now. Here is going to be Brickle, I think. If you have any water hero, or water tower, it's got to be Brickle, right, for that insane synergy. So today we're going to see if Middle Path can Black Border easily. I would say in terms of intermediate maps, probably middle of the pack. The lanes are incredibly long, but the issue is that, well, you can't really do damage for the first half of it unless you have like a global range tower. So far, so good for the first couple rounds. We'll go ahead and get Pierce, because Pierce is probably much needed. Although right now, I'm not gonna lie, I can barely feel the Pierce, because it still seems to only do like 2 Pierce at base. But of course, when Bloons are closer, you can pop way more than that. I'm not impressed though at this Tier 1 Middle Path. In terms of soloing early game, I would still say a 0-0-0 sub is your best bet. Like, I'm going to probably die here, right? Yeah, can't beat round 9 here. Sub it is then, and this will be Exhibit A on why sub start is so good. Should allow us to beat the first couple rounds here to afford the Mermonkey down over here. By the way, why am I doing down over here instead of like in the middle? That's where it gets more ability to attack stuff. Well, one, for early game, straight lines kind of matter a lot, because if it was, say, where the sub was, it'll probably only pierce 1 balloon at a time up here. And I'm not going to do with this cross path. If we're talking about if eventually 250 or 052 is better, well, this seeks, but attack speed. I don't think you could possibly give up on that. Plus, what good is seeking if we already have a pierce issue, am I right? If we can beat this round and a little bit of round 12, I think we can just drop Brickle down immediately. And indeed we can. Turns out all we needed to, well, survive to Brickle was a single 0-0-0 sub to help the Mermonkey. That ought to do. But here, I can outbuff the Mermonkey on the land on the left side, as well as drop a village. Whereas if I put in the middle, I would need to do some Ice Bridge shenanigans, or maybe some Lord of the Abyss shenanigans. Actually, no, not that. Carrier Flagship, I mean, but I don't want to do Carrier Flagship, because that's, well, taking the spotlight away from the Mermonkey over here. By the way, I don't think we want to go for freezing just yet, right? Just because that would cockblock our sub. Yeah, we don't want that, at least not yet. I'm also dying to round 21, so let me drop a boat here. This boat can be turned into a destroyer. As you can tell, it's basically, I'm going to try for basically all water Black Border here, if I can. And let me just see, can I buy a Grape Shot while still affording a 3-0-0 after on round 24? I think the money is mathed perfectly. Yep, $30 to spare. And we'll just unsubmerge this for a bit more damage. By the way, is Trident Swiftness just the new faster darts, or is it just me? Because when it just says Tridents are thrown faster and travel further, does that mean attack speed's increased, or just the projectile speed? Because, well, I'm gonna go ahead and buy it, and I'll let you know if I see a difference in speed. I think now we can just go ahead and get Title Choke, because I got Hot Shot on this, so This thing probably doesn't do much damage. I'll submerge it so we don't forget about it. And let's see if we can get Riptide Champion anytime soon. Perfect. Right in time for 34. And I'm liking how it does for the even rounds, because when it splits, it lands right where all those balloons are for the most part. Well, same as over here. You know what I mean. You can definitely feel the pierce increase here. Just shooting down a straight line for all those black balloons. Same with those pinks here. Let's take a look again. How much is Arctic Knight, by the way? 8.6k. I think at minimum, I'll go for a 2-2-0 boat here. But after that, just for the Moab, after that, I'd love to go for this straight up. I wonder if it's worth outbuffing this Riptide just for the extra pierce. I don't think damage-wise it's worth it, because if I recall, it's like 6 damage at base. So going from 6 to 7 really isn't as substantial as other towers like, I don't know, Attack Sprayer. Do I need a Brickle ability here? If I do, I'm gonna do it at the very end. Now, don't die. Thank you. I was probably cutting a bit close. Close for like a black border, but once again, it's not a big deal restarting a run if it's this early on in the game. And just if you don't happen to know already, black border is when you beat all 100 rounds of Chimps mode in one try. And if you don't do that, you like press retry last round, then you'll end up getting a red Chimps badge or a gold border if you end up getting every medal on the map. I don't know, some of you might like gold borders, but black is where it's at. We've got Arctic Knight now though, so we're able to pop lead balloons and able to generate more power with the tridents. So here's where things get sketchy. As strong as the Popseidon is, I have tried it already, and it is the most expensive tier 5 Mermonkey by quite a landslide. The save up is going to be the tough part. I'm definitely gonna need more than this, no doubt about it, so should I just go ahead and get a destroyer right now? Sure. I'm even thinking aircraft gear, but as you can see, it got nerfed quite a bit. It's like over $1,000 more now. But again, frankly, on this map, it might be worth going for it even after the nerf, because you have so much time where you are not doing any damage, like, to those rams there, that an aircraft gear might be worth it. I'll get a tier 4 out of the way first so that we can outbuff both of these guys at the same time. For, yet again, another free mid-game. I know there's only so much you can fit in a description, but what's weird to me is that not a single one of these upgrades in the middle path tell us that this thing gets extra frozen damage. It was just mentioned in the patch notes. By the way, I'm already liking the synergy so far without the aircraft carrier, because this thing is a mob killing machine. And this thing, I don't know what its use is aside from the freezing utility. I'd assume it does pretty good group damage. But I'm not gonna lie, I think Destroyer outbuff is carrying us like way more. But what was I talking about? Yeah, the extra frozen damage. I don't think this synergy is going to be used all that much, because one, the extra frozen damage isn't really that much, because +3 is nice and all, but when you already have 6 base damage, then, well, you get 6 to 9, which is nice, but at the same time, not nice. And there's also not a lot of things that freeze balloons in the first place, and more specifically, mob class balloons, because there's like Super Brittle, pretty solid tower with low damage towers, but it doesn't freeze Moabs. Only the Absolute Zero, which is an ability, and the Impale does. Like, reliably, I am aware of Ball Lightning and Cold Sentry, but if we're talking about, like, doing extra damage to Moabs, then there's literally only one tower this could possibly synergize with, and itself, of course. Who can forget that this thing can freeze mobs at tier 5? I know I haven't gotten it yet, but I will let you know that it's a pretty short freeze duration. So, for the most part, it's just, like, a bonus thing. The extra frozen damage. More than something you should play around. This do be some risky business right now. You know what? Let's do Reactor. Just because I want some more reliable group damage. And for this round incoming, let's see if we got enough. We should. Yep, easy. Let me just see how much the Mermonkey is doing per wave here to this Rams. Like 2,000-ish or so, pretty good. But that should be expected if it doesn't do much against Moabs, because from what I've seen with the Mermonkey, none of these towers do good against mobs unless you're doing a crazy synergy with the Bonapath Harmonic, which you'll see soon, TM. Damn, right now we're relying on Destroyer to beat all these F Moabs, and it is getting hella far. However, again, I still have yet to use the abilities, which leaves me hopeful that I should save up for Popseidon, at least on this map. No problem. I would guess this point, maybe around 80 takes to make $23,000. Let's do another rundown of Popseidon description, just for a refresher. So his Ice Jet ability, it draws such power from that a rogue wave floods the map with super cold water, freezing all balloons and reclaiming the weak for the sea. It's kind of funny because of the way the description starts out. It sounds like it's only talking about the ability, and I think that's what it is, but the main thing with Popseidon is that the main attack is much, much stronger, and the ability is, once again, more so of a bonus. Although, I guess I will say that it does last pretty long compared to Tier 4. Let's use it for now for funsies, just because I'm bored, and I have yet to use it. So, right now, I haven't targeted anywhere, so it would just follow its targeting priority. Or I guess wherever it's facing if there's no balloons on screen, aka right to the east. Yeah, I can't tell right now if this map is just too easy, or this water strategy is too good, and the Mermonkey's OP. I'm gonna go a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B, and a little bit of column C. And now, let me see if I'm gonna get Pierce Capped here. Yeah, level 3 Brickle. That was kind of scary. And let's go use a Megamind here too, before time runs out. Nice. And then, for this round, if I end up creating a Rio Farm, Ice Jet. This is what it's good for. And the frozen damage bonus. Again, synergizes with itself pretty well. So we finally pulled that weapon out of our pocket. Let's see, do I need anything for here? Yep. I was probably, again, putting it a lot closer than it should have been. And if we beat this Ram Wave, I think we pretty much got it. Another freeze, nice. That damage is satisfying. And just like that, around 78 Popseidon. We got a bunch of extra range with it too. And as you can see, it shoots out like triple tridents from a bunch of different angles. We got triple shot at home, fellas. Ooh, it doesn't look like, well, at least the Pierce doesn't seem to be all too amazing, but that's where the synergies can start to shine. Because what if I do top path Mermonkey? I know it's percentage-based Pierce, so if you really want the most bang for your buck, you gotta go for like Lord of the Abyss. But I'll probably just do a low tier Abyssal Warrior. This is a good enough upgrade so that it can slow down BFBs and Moabs while still giving 15% Pierce, I believe. Let's do a Jungle Drums now on the left side here. And I don't want to be too cocky here, but I've heard the Popseidon is so strong that it very well could beat the rest of the game by itself. But how much do I want to rely on its, well, sketchy mob damage? Jungle Drums now? I guess we'll see, but right now it's got no problem against round 81. How about round 82? We'll go ahead and use the Popseidon ability for the funsies. As you can see, freezes, but the balls can't do damage because of the height on this map. So that wasn't really much use there. Also, I apologize. I did not show you this when I initially showcased this map, but as you can see, when I got the Popseidon, this yellow orb showed up on the top of the map. If you end up getting access of Mermonkey, aka all Tier 5s, all through a light up, allowing you to click on it, but it doesn't really do much special, it just gives you extra water. So thankfully, you guys didn't miss out on much, and it also looks like that we are happening to do some damage with the tridents. Maybe because of the T-shape attack, it's like clipping the BFBs, because right now I can definitely see it hitting the wall. That's also why I like this angle, because if my Mermonkey was, say, in the middle here, it would have been shooting, like, down, bottom right or bottom left. And it would have ended up hitting nothing, which would be very sad. Once again, because of the black border, let's not beat around the bush too much, because usually I do like to flex and see how much money you can save up, but for the purposes of this, I'll just go ahead and do an overclock to pull out in case of emergency. But so far, Popseidon is not even close to emergency status. Oh, there's also something we gotta really be careful about. Popseidon's main attack can hit DDTs, but the ability somehow can't freeze it, so watch out for around 95 or 99, but I guess I have Brickle's ability to bail me out. Is it just me, or did Ninja Kiwi update the UI of, like, the targeting to look really ugly? Because what the hell is that? And why is it different from this? Why? I need to know, but it just does not look right with that reticle covering so much of the damn screen. Okay, focus time, though. I'm gonna do some targeting here, just so that we always do max damage. I like how it's bouncing off, like, the trident that's shooting from the left side. It's, like, bouncing off and clipping. Do I overclock here? Yes. If I overclock now, it should be up for 95. If not, then I did the math wrong. Nope, I planned it perfectly. It's gonna be up right about now. And again, let's not take any chances here. We will use Naval Tactics now for double damage, and this should clear at 95 easily. So much so that I'm safe to fast forward. With $35,000 banked up, I really should just drop a Spike Factory, but I guess I'm really live on the edge here. Because if I do drop a Spike Factory, we gotta do two of them. Because I don't know which side I'm gonna die to. Is it gonna be the DTs on 99, or the group stuff on 98? Let's just see how 96 is first off with only Overclock. This isn't even our final form, by the way, because if I just combine simply Brickle and the ability, then could you imagine how much damage it does? Luckily, you don't have to imagine it if we can see it next round. I'm just going to go ahead and drop one Megamind, get some damage out of the way, because it'll be up for 98 anyway. Let me just make sure I'm fine without using ability here. Cool. Okay, we got so much money, I'm just going to go ahead and get Called Arms, all the damage showers. But I'm not going to combo everything at once, because I just want to make sure I have enough for... No, you know, I'll use a couple, though. So for one, Overclock now. Don't use Naval Tactics until the ZMGs start coming in, and then we'll blast off. I kind of want to use Popseidon, though, or rather the ability. Yeah, let's do that first. Here we go. I've set it on last, and holy crap, that ability is crazy. Sadly, the balls seem to time out when the round ends. Shame, because I think it would have still been kind of active for this part here, but, come on. Hold the line. Crap, I gotta use Called Arms here. I wasn't sure if everything was going to work there, so I just, again, didn't want to take any chances. And now for the black border. In case I mess up, we'll just buy it first strike with the remaining money. But I really want to see if I can beat it without. So we got everything active. Watch this. I'm going for it. This, and this. For 3,000 plus DPS per second. That's right, I just said DPS per second, but that is it. We have beaten the black border with 1.6 million on Popseidon. So strong that I bet we could go even further in free play. How long can we go? Well, not very far if these fortified DTs are anything to say, because, yeah, this thing is out of range of the MIB. Let me just see out of curiosity, if it does have a MIB, it should slow down DTs, right? With Abyssal Warrior? Or not? I think it's just immune in general. Damn. That stinks. Well, good to know, and damn, these rounds are certainly no joke. We have to pretty much keep all our abilities up for the hardest parts of each round. Like, do I want to blow everything for the FZMGs here? Sure. This, plus Naval Tactics. I'll keep Called Arms, though, in case 104 is hard. Holy moly, lag. But alright, looks like 104 is just fine. Damn, the Pierce goes pretty hard. Will he fall to DTs here? Not if the ability has anything to say. God, I love this tower. I don't want to go too far to say it's OP right off the bat, but goddamn, just a couple of buffs go a really, really long way. Like, you want to see some mass destruction? Look no further than this round. This round is so dense, but with all those balls bouncing around, oh my god. We just beat it in 5 seconds. Better than what any other tower to do. Oh crap, sadly, I don't think I got anything for his GDCs. RIP. I got 61,000, but I think that'll be the end of the line. That, I think, shows enough about the power of Popseidon right there. So good, and just to verify, we indeed captured the black border. Once again, subscribe if you want to see some more Mermonkey action, and click here if you missed previous videos I covered. See ya.